Under surveillance this morning, making America affordable.
Affordability, they call it, was a con job by the Democrats. We did a great job on groceries and affordability. The only problem is the fake news. You people don't want to report it. My administration and our partners in Congress will continue our work to lower the cost of living, restore public safety, grow our economy, and make America affordable again.
So here's the latest this morning. President Donald Trump pivoting to affordability after boasting about his administration's economic accomplishments. The White House now making a push for a tariff deal, announcing new deals with countries in Latin America and potentially elsewhere. Bloomberg's Mica Soellner joins us now for more. Mica, welcome to the programme. Welcome back, I should say. Can you describe the agreements that have been struck over the last day or so?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the White House is really looking to push new tariff deals in order to collect some of the revenue that they think is going to basically explode from their deals from all around the world. And with that, they are pitching the idea of sending $2,000 dividend checks to Americans. That's very much in line with the idea to distract from cost of living, give people hope, while Democrats continue to hammer the message of, quote unquote, affordability to people.
Mica, we're talking about coffee and food stuff coming from places like Brazil, Colombia, Vietnam. Have we heard from the administration about how much they're willing to do to bring tariffs down on some of those goods?
You know, the White House has been very guarded on this issue, and I think that they're still hammering out the details. But I do know that one thing that they're really trying to do is ensure that looking at the long-term effects of tariffs rather than potentially the short-term economic pain that Americans might feel when it comes to the uptick of cost of living. But I know that they're looking for solutions long-term and saying that this is overall going to be better for the country. So that's the message we're hearing right now, with details still hammering out.
Look for the details into the weekend. Mica, thank you. Mica Soellner down in Washington, D.C. Let's build on the conversation. Sarah Bianchi of Evercore writing this. A White House pivot back to the issue of affordability won't be perfectly disciplined or linear, and some things will run counter as tariffs remain a favourite policy tool. Sarah joins us now for more. Sarah, Lisa and I were talking about the messaging of all of this. How do you massage the message of all of this? That you talk about affordability and the first thing you consider is to bring down tariffs, which you also simultaneously don't believe push up costs.
Well, it's complicated. Look, this is complicated. President Biden had some of the same challenges. It's just really hard to reduce costs in a lot of ways. But obviously, this administration has a tool that he didn't have, which is to bring down some of their own tariffs. I do think the deals with some of the Latin American countries give you a signal of somewhere where they're going. They did put, not to get too wonky, but Annex 3, a list of food goods that were supposed to be eligible to be tariff-free for countries that had a final trade arrangement with the administration. Obviously, they're just kind of lowering the standards of who gets that deal and really trying to put some relief in the food space. Again, an area where a lot of Americans notice when things aren't as cheap as they want.
Sarah, a lot of the rhetoric seems to push back against a number of the policy prescriptions that we heard from President Trump earlier this year. And I just wonder, it sounds like you're skeptical that this truly is a wholesale pivot point. Nonetheless, how much are you looking for different types of policies, whether it's reducing some of the tariffs or potentially a $2,000 check at the beginning of next year? How much are you expecting these types of policy prescriptions in the face of midterm elections?
Oh, I think it's very serious. I think he's very serious about a rebate check. I think, we saw at first Secretary Bessent push back pretty hard on the concept on Sunday. And since then, he's kind of softened his tone a little bit. I think it's very much a space where they will look. They're going to have to, size it, get it through the Congress and reconciliation, a lot of steps to happen. And then, try to figure out, are they really going to spend all, particularly in the wake of what might be an unhelpful court case on tariffs. But I think on the tariff rates themselves, I think they're going to find places for relief, like we're seeing in food. I don't expect them to say, oh, forget it, sorry about the steel tariffs, we didn't mean to do that, or something like that. I think they're going to look for relief valves in particularly sensitive areas.